the strongest thing that you can find is in yourself. People could help you, people could be an inspiration for you, but with inspiration, with help, you don't go nowhere. You go somewhere with something that you have inside, that growing up inside you. Without you, you don't go nowhere.
We just go on a journey together, you know? That's what this is. Okay, hey.
I'm down.
Yeah, ci sta, baby. Welcome to Tallest Podcast on Earth. I'm here with an absolute Italian legend, Matteo Piano. And before we begin, I need to say a few things. For those like American people listening to this, you might notice that I have a slight accent at some times. A lot of that is because, and Matteo, maybe you can speak on this, I feel like it's helpful when English isn't someone's first language to speak a little more simple and slow. It's helpful for you to understand, you know?
Yeah, I understand you right now. Yeah. If I don't understand, I
raise your hand. This is class.
Like in the school. Yeah, I'm not shy.
Okay, well, hey, I am so excited to have you on the podcast because you are someone to me who is just like the greatest example of just a truly authentic human being. I want to go back to, so for those of you who don't know, Matteo Piano is from Italy. And we played together in 2017, I believe, in Milano. And this year for me was maybe the greatest year I've ever had in terms of all of life, you know? As a team, we had such a great team, Namir, Chebo, we had so many good people. And you were someone from the first day was like something special about you. You know, there's something special about this guy. And I feel like from day one, we got along so well. You know, we both have this like very childlike personality. And for me, it's really special, you know, because every year you get a new team pretty much, you know. A new team for you, you've been in Milan for a long time, but for me, like every year is basically a different place, you know? And this year in particular will live with me forever because I met someone who I consider one of my best friends, you know, just you're someone where we don't get to talk all the time. We haven't seen each other in a few years, you know? But every time I see you, it's like I'm back in 2017 and we're living next door, you know, basically.
Yeah, no, I think that this is the most amazing part. When you don't meet someone for a long time, and when you meet this person, you can be in the same moment of last time, no? Like
it's something really special, you know. Really, for me, it's really special because people come and go, you know. And every year you have a new team, and maybe you get really close with a lot of guys, and then you go to a new team the next year, and you slowly dissipate. You slowly stop speaking to each other, but more than that, you are someone that I met through volleyball, which to me is like our relationship for me is like more than volleyball, you know? And that's, I think what I want to talk about is, you know, when you and I met, it was like, yes, we both play volleyball. Yes, we were both middle blockers, but it was like instantly we started to connect on existential, on life, on this thirst for life. And we did so many amazing things that year, you know? We had so much fun. And I think the first thing I want to talk about is this phrase, ci sta. Ci sta. And for those of you who don't speak Italian, ci sta, my interpretation of ci sta was like, I'm down, you know? Like, you want to go to dinner? Ci sta, I'm down. And but you know, we spoke a little bit yesterday, and you were telling me like this explanation of ci sta, and I want to hear from you, like, what is ci sta to you, and why did it represent this time specifically when we were together playing in Milan?
The thing about ci sta was that when we played together, you couldn't speak wonderful Italian, no? In the beginning.
I couldn't speak barely any Italian. It was my third year.
Yeah, it's a long time. Ci sta. Allora, I love this. I love that you couldn't speak Italian at all, but you got it, the meaning. And then when you speak with people here in Italy, you say blah 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 in English, and then ci sta in Italian, and all the people was like, what? And that for me was amazing because people were surprised that you can understand maybe and you can answer, but you don't know any other word in Italian than ci sta. And then me, I think that ci sta is this, is that, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I'm agree. I'm with you. And I think that is true word, but the meaning is powerful because you cannot speak Italian. You can understand the body language, the facial expression, the enthusiasm. And then when you answer like this, here is something that make people happier because because I was waiting that you don't understand nothing, and then you answer me with like, ci sta. I say, wow.
For this, I said ci sta is the only thing you need to learn in Italian.
Now I think that I tell this anytime. I think that is in Italian things is not maybe one of the most Italian things.
No. What's the most Italian thing? This is the most Italian thing right here.
See, like this now. Fine. Now I'm showing in my small camera here that I use the high say Matteo.
So much, man. You know, you are for me, like you're such a great representation of like stereotypical Italian guy, you know, but also completely different. Like you have the mannerisms, no, you speak with, we call it like a carica, you know, you have this like this energy about you that, and this is why when I first met you, it was like, man, I love this guy so much. You know, you bring this energy that's like, if you're mad, you're mad, you know? Oh, why you do? Oh, what's your problem? You know? And if you're happy, if you meet someone, is like you respect them, you show them love immediately. Like you are someone who seems to, the emotions are on the sleeve, we say, you know? Have you always been this way?
I don't know. I think yes, because like yesterday I spoke with my physio about this, and it's a period that I think that I'm like this since 2 years. And then my friends, the people that is around me told me, no, Matteo, you're like this for a long time. And then I think, yes, I always be. I read what I have here that speak about too much.
Is a book?
And it's adult novel. No, it's not sounds like porn story. No, it's like it's not like this. Like, no,
that's what I assumed. It's a DVD.
Yeah, it's a DVD. No, I have somewhere, but doesn't matter. It's like it's a animated book for adult.
Okay.
Not
like porn. South Park.
No, there's something more high. Okay. Yeah. He speaks about this story that is this princess that is called someone of too much, the name of the princess, and speaks about this story that her father is called someone so important, and is this. All the family has a name that represent something, and sometimes I think that I am too much. I don't care, but I think not.
But what do you mean? What do you mean too much?
Too much mean that maybe for the medium standard of this world, I'm a little bit over. Like,
but give me an example.
Like when I was in the national team, my first year, I had the second coach that when he asked me, "How are you, Matteo?" and I answer like, "Well, so well." Yo, less like well, like, and this make me smiling right now, but I can understand that maybe it's this, that it's something being too much that is, no, I don't think that is something bad or is a problem, but it's this, in this end too much.
For sure, and I would agree. But in the translation of too much, I think, man, for me is like it's what makes you Matteo Piano, man. It's what makes you for me
Sì,
like
sì.
this guy who is like you're in your own category in terms of like friends that I have. It's like someone similar, maybe like Benjamin Patch for me is someone who inspire me, you know, and you are someone also who just the second I met you was like you were my inspiration of like, look at this guy. He's just completely himself. He's doing so many things. He has energy to give to the janitor, you know, who is working cleaning the floors. Like you're just someone who brings this amazing energy. And I think it's really interesting because, and maybe you can speak more on this, but like I think Italy in general is conservative place, yeah, like
Mm.
more yeah, like the way of thinking, you know. And you were someone to me immediately was like, oh, this guy is not like the other Italian players that I've had, you know. You're something different. And so I'm curious, like, you know, take me through, like, you grew up in Asti, which is like a small
Sì.
village. Can we say village or town?
Town, us is a
Town.
town.
Okay, town, sorry. Yeah, but like a
700, no. 100,000. No, 100,000, no,
74,000.
maybe it's New York. 1,000, bravo.
Yeah.
74,000. It's
Yeah, but
town.
yeah, I know, but
Oh,
like your personality to me is like this guy is not Italian, you know, like in terms of the way you think. Now you're like I said before, your mannerisms, your character is like so Italian is amazing, you know. To me, you are the tiramisu, you know, and but your personality is like something different, and I want to know, like, if you can remember when you were a kid, did you feel like out of place? Did you feel like you had this personality, this character when you were young, or is it something that just developed as you got older?
I was like this. I think that I was like this. I feel out of my zone. I don't know. The term that you used was perfect. Like I don't feel perfect, comfortable in my. I think in the
Um, okay.
ambient in the ambient where I live, like means that maybe
Environment,
sometime
environment.
environment, yeah, at
Yeah. Okay.
school and volleyball places around me, I wasn't comfortable. That mean people around me was nice, but I wasn't so I hasn't a deep connection with them. I think I had
Hmm.
friends that I loved so much, but I dream a lot when I was a child, and I dream something bigger and also something far from that reality.
Hmm.
And then I always been like full of
Really, really quickly, Mate, can you describe to me
also
like what were you dreaming of? What do you mean you were dreaming?
I think well, being someone that could change the world, being someone that could doing something good for people, like being someone that make other people dream. I don't know how, but I dream something like this, being someone that make a step, an important step for him, for himself, and for the world. I think make someone that make a difference, a change. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
something like this. I think. And then I grow up. I wanna make a lot of things, a lot. Uh, and then every
That's
year I
for
made,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I made something. Well, yeah, I felt a lot. That means that I start to travel around the world a lot. I study languages, and this for me was so important. For this, I insist with you to learn something about Italian, because it's something unbelievable how much is important to speak with other people in their home language,
Yeah.
and to speak with people in their country with that language,
Yeah.
because you can feel, understand, and has a relationship and a connection that is so much deeper and better. And this is what I love a lot. When I was a teenager, study language and going some places and speak this language and understand better other kind of culture and
You,
sensation.
you know, the way you're painting this picture in my head is like I imagine you, I don't know, at 7 years old, let's say, and you're in the primary
See,
school or something, and all is time for break, and all the kids are outside and they're playing football, they're playing on the monkey bars or all whatever. And I picture Matteo sitting on a rock like this, and he's just thinking, like
pensato.
thinking about, I think it's such an interesting picture because I can imagine, like, for most kids, they're just kids, they're not thinking, like, I'll put myself as an example. I never really saw myself as like this big, I have these big plans to do something amazing for the world. And like, for me, at that time, if we're talking about 7 years old, I loved soccer, I love football, and this is all I wanted to do, was play soccer. And I was very competitive. And and from what it sounds like with you, it's like since you were a child, uh, you didn't connect so much with the people around you, and this was almost like an inspiration to continue to grow and do something big. Did you feel like you were meant for something bigger?
No,
Or
I connect with people around. I
yeah.
connect. I was a smiley guy, yeah, like now. Then I connect with people around. Is that yeah, I want to push me and people around, and maybe be pushed by people that I love around me to do something bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know what or the how, but something maybe, yeah.
Do you think it's like an Italian value to really care about the people around you? I feel like, as someone who doesn't
See,
know a ton about Italian culture, I lived there for 3 years, but I only became more fluent in Italian the year with you because you forced me to learn Italian, and all the foreign players spoke really good Italian. And this was for me an amazing year because, to your point, my first 2 years when I played in Padova, the coach was Italian, but he spoke really good English. None of the foreign players, half the team is Italian, half is foreign players. None of them spoke Italian. The practice was in English. Like, I didn't need to learn. And then this third year was different. I was the odd man out. All the foreign players spoke really good Italian, and all the Italian players, of course. And then you were the friend to bridge this gap for me. And it was amazing because of you, I had the amazing relationship with the butcher who I take the meat from. Like, these, I started to really feel this amazing quality of like, finally I can, like, my best friends can be the person I take a coffee from every morning. And the importance of these little uh, trying to think of the best word, like, these people in your life that these everyday situations, these everyday people, let's say.
yeah,
And I think it's something that's, from the day I met you, was like, you really care to take the time to build a deep connection with someone maybe you never see again in your life. Now, what we also know about Matteo is, if there's not this level of respect or something, you have no problem. You're not trying to be everyone's best friend. But I think
no,
what is such a beautiful quality about you is you give everyone a chance. You give your most authentic self to that person immediately. And from what I see, what do you think?
no. Thank you. No, I think that be nice is something that doesn't cost so much, and I'm like this. I'm happy to be like this. Doesn't cost me energy. If I don't have energy, I say fuck to the world. But I have energy all the day, I think. And be nice is something that I think this is my philosophy. If you be nice with the world will be nice with you, we hope. But let's try. If you don't
Yeah.
try to be nice with the world, why? People have to be nice with you. And then I think that if you're happy and you smile, for sure people is like more happy with you, with them, with other people, with the world. And then yeah, I speak with everyone. Everyone could be a book, a plant, a man, a woman. I can really speak with every form of life in this world. This is not always a good thing, but But yeah, I'm like this. I think that if I go out from my home, I can know, I cannot knowing exactly with how many people, how much people I will speak today. Like also yesterday evening, I was in the supermarket, I was buy something, and in the supermarket, if you pay like, I don't know, 25 euro, they give you like a, not something special, but like a small box with the kids game. No, I don't care.
Okay.
But the woman in front of me has many children, and he was so happy to have this box with Topolino, Mickey Mouse, and blah blah blah. And I told to her, if you wait, I can give you mine. The most happy woman in that moment in this supermarket, and that was nice because she was happy and I was happy. Any stupid thing, but it's like time to understand what happened around you. Like I'm not the only man in this world, and this is, I think, one of the most difficult things that every one of us has to do it. Like going out with the thing that I'm like so big in this world. My thinking are so big, so important. My problem are so big. My desire are so big. No, we are like 6 million. I don't know exactly, but we have so much. Like in this moment that I'm sit here around me, I think that I live 400 people. Maybe I know 3 of them,
Hmm.
and then it's this. If you, when you live, you can taste, you can watch, breathe the sensation and the people that you have close to you more. You can have a lot of small happiness in your day, only
Hmm.
giving you attention to people that you have around. And what's this? I don't think from how much time I will remember this episode of yesterday evening, but today I remember, and it was nice. But yeah, it was something normal and nice, I think.
I think you're the most beautiful man in the world. Really, just the cutest fucking man I've ever met in my life. I love you so much. I dude, I think it's wonderful. And even here, sitting here listening to you, I'm getting inspired just listening because and this is we can I really want to get into all of the things that you have going on in your life, the things you've created now. We'll get into that later, but I'm curious, as someone who has so much on his plate. You're playing volleyball, you wrote a book, you're doing this Brode di Becchi, you're doing so many things. I always see you in some magazine doing some photo shoot, meeting with someone, going to dinner. Listen, Matteo, how do you manage to be a good person and give people your time when it feels like you don't have time to do all the things that you need to do?
This is true. I try to be nice with me. That means that I want to do so many things. I don't have all the time, and I'm not the best to organize my time also. And I sometimes I try to be nice with me. That I try to forgive me, maybe if I do some bad thing in this situation. I always, and this thing I remember that I told to you in the past. Like if I have energy and the thing that I want to do is something that make me happier and full of energy, I will do it. Because at time I was like 25, 26 years old. And I say, maybe in 30 years, I will not have the same energy to take the car and go somewhere in 4.5 days. If that thing right now makes me happy, I can do it. And it's the same right now. Well, maybe sometimes I have some job to do, something that is make me not so happy, but is work maybe, or is something nice to do for other people. I think that is like all a compromise. Something you like a lot, something less, but I think that at the end I have to be mm, full of what I've done, good things and not so many happy things,
Mm.
but like the uguale, I don't know this in mathematica.
The equilibrium, maybe.
The equilibrium has to be good for you. Like doing what I love to do, but I think that could be a dream, doing only what you love to do. But try to do it and growing up with the things that you love to do, because you are growing up, things around you growing up, and then maybe you need more time. You need a different quality of time to do things that in the past you can do like this.
Mm.
It's also this is change with the things that you have around, and change with the time of the world.
You know, when I hear you say that, I think about kind of what I talked about before. This idea of like, to me, you are not the typical Italian thinker, and for this, it's like, here's what I know. In my year with you, I was inspired to do so much. You really inspire me to live. How many trips you and I, we have one day free and we fly
Wow.
to Madrid, man. We had a lot of fun in Madrid. We
Yeah.
we take one what's that place we went to, is on the west coast. We went skiing or snowboarding, you know?
Oddio, Sestriere. We did
Sestriere.
Madrid, Sestriere, Barcelona. We go in the mountains in Piemonte. We go to the seaside.
My every day we had free, we go somewhere. We did something together. And this was like, and for me, you were like the Gandalf, you know, you were leading the charge to go somewhere. And I started, because I also love to explore, you know, I love to do things like this. But you were one of those friends who is like, how is he, you know, writing this book, doing all these things, and then we have one day free and we can go have fun somewhere, you know? Like we went to, what is it, Trieste? No,
Sestriere.
Sestriere.
Is that the
But this,
Olympic mountain?
let's take a quick pause for a second. Sestriere, this is where I saw you ride on skis for the first time in your life, I believe. Was the first time in your life?
Maybe the third.
Maybe the third. I tell you what, it was maybe make me laugh so much I almost fell off the ski lift. I was, all you guys, I'll never forget watching. I was on the ski lift and I'm going up, and I remember seeing Matteo. His skis are like this, like
Spazzaneve, we call in Italian.
yeah,
Yeah.
like we call it pizza. His skis are like this, and there's a instructor going backwards down the hill, and Matteo's holding him like this, look like a baby giraffe, you know, like just slowly. And to me, it was like so amazing to watch you on these skis. Like, you know, he's not the easiest to be coordinated on skis when you're,
No.
you know, 7 feet tall for American listeners. Like, it was amazing, but it was, the reason I love it is because you're not afraid to do something that you're not good at, you know. You don't need to be the best at what you do. It's like you're just yourself in
No.
this moment, you know.
Yeah, and I don't care about this. Is this that was
The main point.
yeah, the main point is this. Sometimes I cannot feel exactly this that I mean. I think that I care more about the thing, about people, and in the reality, people think that I don't care nothing about thing, about what, but it's not like this.
Hmm.
I care a lot.
Why do people think that?
But because maybe it's true like this, because I feel myself with like a big, this is, I don't know in English. Lente. Lente is like that you have on glasses.
Yeah, this is like, oh man, I'm also not very good at English.
Good to know.
No, it's like a lens, you know.
Lens, yeah.
Yeah.
In Italian, we speak about the lens that you can see bigger.
Mm.
No, we have this on ourselves. We have this with if we watch the world with this lens, we watch the world like with normal eyes.
We say like microscope also. Everyone lives in their own microscope.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah.
Exactly. We have this microscope on ourselves that show us so big. Is the what I told you before,
Yeah.
più o meno. And it's this. Maybe it's this because I feel so much myself what I'm thinking about people that think to me what I feel, but what I show to the world maybe is that I don't care so much, and then I don't think what is the truth. I can
Hmm.
I can tell you right now, but I don't know exactly. I think that is both, but I think that for being an Italian, maybe I don't care so much about things, about people, about uh, how I have to do, I have how I have to be, because I'm Italian, and I think in Italian when I saw this, people are molto so much more in the on the line, no,
Yeah.
between two line. I don't like this, and this I always be like this, that I don't like something, and I have to be completely opposite of what I don't like. Like
Hmm.
if I have to, if I you have to dress with dark color, I dress yellow, orange. I do like this for many years,
Huh.
and I'm always like this right now. Like I don't know, if all the people go to one place, I choose one other. Now is less strong than when I was some years ago. But some years
Yeah.
ago, also in the volleyball world, I fight a lot about this, and was like another kind to be being leader. I think not a normal way. It's like the Olympian game. When I come back to the Olympian game, I didn't speak with no one with my Olympian game. I don't wanna. It was something mine.
Hmm.
I speak about my Olympian game after months and months. Like, oh, I come back after I spoke about the silver medal in Rio. No, I spoke. I maybe 1 year after, something like this. Maybe not 1 year, but 6 months, 7 months. I don't want to tell to nobody my experience, because I was like jealous of this part of myself. I say, why I have to share with all the people something that I live that is mine, and then maybe I share with someone something that I live, and he is not interesting to understand and to listen what I have to do, what I have to tell. He's interesting maybe to see how many things he got it before. Oh, well, if I confirm or not his vision. And
Hmm.
that was for this because I didn't come back to Italy after the silver medal, and in Italy was the wow, all the
Where
people
did you go?
saw in Uruguay. The strongest thing that you can find is in yourself. People could help you, people could be an inspiration for you, but with inspiration, with help, you don't go nowhere. You go somewhere with something that you have inside, that growing up inside you, maybe thanks to an inspiration, thanks to an example, thanks to whatever you want, but it's you that make your street, is you that make your life, is you that make a lot of things. Then people could being with you, but without you, you don't go nowhere. And then it's this. It says it's something mine.
Yeah. I first of all, I feel on the same way as you, you know? Like when I was a kid, I didn't want to be told what to do. If my parents say do this, I said why. If they can't explain to me, I don't do it. You know, it's like if the crowd is going this way, I'm going the other way. I feel like I had to be unique. I had to be myself, you know? And I think growing up in California, my experience was there people and okay, I also grew up uh, in like a Christian home, like with these values, and I didn't. While now looking back, I think it made me a really well-rounded person. Uh, I at this time was like, this is not me, you know? Let me ask you, this is now more a little personal in my own life. uh, as of the last like few years especially, I feel like I start to notice about myself that I need to be understood. It's so important for me to be understood, and this is my problem, that I feel like I don't want to be misunderstood by anybody. So for example, sometimes I speak way too much. The thing I love about you, you're so good to pull some story from I don't know, that your grandmother told you when you were a child, and is like connection with what you're talking about is beautiful. I need to learn to speak in metaphors like this. It's really amazing. But I am someone who speaks so much because it's so important that I feel understood. And it's something I'm trying to get better at as I get older, is recognizing that there's 6, 7, 8, 9 billion people in the world, and it's okay that not everybody understands me, you know?
Yep.
And I think it's something that seems to be so innately inside of you, that you don't care. And like you explained, it's not that you don't care about people, it's that is your life, is your experience, and it's for you, you know? And that you don't need to explain your experience about anything to anyone if you don't want to, you know? And I'm curious, like how can someone start to live like this? Because I don't know if you I don't know what it's been like for you, but how do you, let's say, block out the noise? Like for me, if I tell a joke, if I do anything, is like I want to make sure. Well, jokes are a little different. I don't expect everyone to understand my humor all the time, but in things in life, it's like with my relationships, it's like I really, really want to be understood. But from what I know about you, it's like you don't care so much to be understood by everyone. And
No, it's something that I feel pain when when I'm not understood to everyone. But you cannot be loved by all the people, and you have to be not hated, but it's good that someone in this world doesn't love you, doesn't like you, because mean that you are good, you are doing good. Because if all the people loves you, there is something that doesn't work so much. No, I think
sure.
that there was a like, I'm so similar with most of my friends, and it's amazing. Like we are similar, and this is nice when you can put together some friends. I say, yeah, Taylor for sure. If knowing Matteo will be friend of Matteo, and then we are. It's like this now. When
Mm.
someone know it, both of us could tell this. Is this? I care because it's nice that people like you for sure. But after I know, I say, okay, this I like, maybe this, yeah, maybe this, no, I don't care. But I fight for people that I like. I fight for people that is important for me. And then other people, maybe I like, maybe no. But you cannot give your 100% to everyone. If not, you lost really energy. You lost also the special thing that you are, I think.
Mm.
Or maybe yeah, you can do it. If you can, you have to do it. I try to be my best with everyone, and is this my difficult part? Is that I'm an easy guy. I think, like, you know me, you can, after 1 hour that we speak, or maybe 10 minutes, you say, "Wow, it's you can understand so much."
Sure.
Because I'm like this. I'm like a river. I go. No, it's not like a lake that I stay here. Or you have to know. I go, and then you can catch a lot of things. This is the fregatura, we say in Italian, that I don't know in English. It's like the other part of the medal. No, you can think that, wow, I can know you easy, and then it's not like this. It's like the social network. Like
Mm.
I'm like this in my social media, in Instagram. I'm like this, no, right now.
Yeah.
But behind there is a world, and
Mm.
then it's this that is difficult for me with people. And maybe people arrive to me and try to or know things to understand me, and but it's not like this. It's a part.
So you're saying that through social media like this, you are who you are right now with me.
Yeah.
But you said behind this, there is also something else.
Yeah. Is that what you know me? Like you cannot know a person after uh, seeing a podcast, after a coffee together. Is this you have to, for knowing something is knowing in the total, like knowing something is understand what he's trying to think, was he trying to tell, is understand his expression, is knowing his story, his family, his taste, is there's a
I
lot of things.
I completely agree. And anyone who's been in like a long friendship, long relationship knows this quality for sure.
See,
I'm so curious then, why do you think people are so quick to be judgmental?
I think all of us are a little bit like this. Maybe someone more because here I've in a culture where this is like this from many times ago. My English
Yeah.
is getting worse. Like okay, Italian, Italy or other country here in Europe. I don't know. Sometimes I think that we do this for necessity
Yeah.
to understand immediately everything.
Yeah, it's almost like it's the way that our brain works. We're constantly trying to solve problems and put things in categories so we can understand the patterns
So
of our life and the world around us.
I think
And
this, like Beto, that is my one of my best friend. We fight a lot of time about this in the past because I has I'm good like this to do this. I can understand easy when someone like me or someone not, but it's different. Tell someone like me doesn't mean nothing because could be Beyonce, and okay, all the people could be agree with that I like Beyonce, but could be also I don't know Rihanna, and I like also Rihanna. Maybe Rihanna, I say Rihanna I don't like, but the thing that I don't like someone is not meaning that she is bad or she is unfunny or she is noisy. No, it's something that is me that I don't like someone.
hmm,
And this, I think, that is judge someone, but it's in a different way.
hmm,
Like you don't tell to someone he's weird or he's shy and no, I'm not judging. I judge what I feel. I don't like.
hmm.
If you ask me why you don't like, okay, maybe I have to tell to you. But also this, I do this maybe quickly, and Luca was paced with me a lot in the past because after was like this. Maybe I give time to people, but then we doesn't match up. And then it's something maybe it's empathy.
Yeah.
Could be. I'm a lot of I have a lot of empathy,
You
and
also,
I trust in this. I don't have to
yeah,
try to people. Yeah, sometimes maybe we're wrong. Sometimes, but if someone that maybe in the beginning, no, he's so interested to knowing me, maybe he or she came close to me. But maybe in the beginning, say, "Boo," and like, and then maybe when we are dying, you think, "Oh, the time, if I give to this man more time, we don't care. It's one life. We cannot to think to everyone, ma maybe no, fuck." Cioè, nel
yeah,
senso, I mean this. You can like or not like someone in the no, it's like the love.
yeah.
This Cupido, no? It's the same. It was the moment you say, wow.
Cupido.
Some, sometimes happen to the other kind of relationship. Sometimes you can change idea, but it's this. I think I her when people are speaking, and I try to understand.
Hmm.
And I have one idea that is not the idea, no, but I have one idea. And for sure, like with you, Taylor, I remember exactly when we met. We were in Japan before one match, maybe against Italy, USA.
Hmm.
And we met
Osaka.
before this, in Osaka, we
Yeah.
met before this game, we talked a little bit. And the sensation was good.
Yeah.
No, and it's
Yeah, for
this.
sure.
Wasn't good. For sure, we will find other good time together in Milano after, but is this. We judge maybe for sensation. Other people judge because they are scared. And sometimes judging someone else for
Hmm.
to put space between you and the other is because maybe you are scared about something that is different to you. A lot of
Hmm.
people, I think, that do like this.
You know, I think when I hear you talk, for me, the word that comes to my mind is like intuition, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
intuition for me is something, as I've gotten older, it's like I can't always describe into words. Words are for me sometimes a weak form of a representation of how I really feel, especially for me because my vocabulary is really shitty. But you know, like and so what I was thinking is like I think a lot of people have a really hard time getting in touch with this feeling of intuition. You said empathy, I think, is one great description. I think intuition is also this feeling where you meet somebody and right away you say, I don't know. And it doesn't mean you're judging them, like you said, like they're bad people or no, but there's this like instinctual feeling of like, or for example, when I met you, I also remember the first time when we meet together, and even in Milan when we start to build this relationship, was like this, man, was like so quickly I said, ooh, there's something about him that I don't know yet because I don't know you, but there's something drawing me into wanting to give my time to understand you and to become friends with you. And like, I think both of us had this feeling. And uh, I was thinking for listeners, like so many people, whether they're afraid or for out of fear, they're not willing to really listen to their intuition, whether this comes to relationships, family, whatever it is, that they have hard time being really in touch with their intuition. And so when I close my eyes and think of Matteo Piano, I think of someone who is a great example of someone who, he, like you said, you're this river, like, and you go. You don't stop in this lake and get old, and maybe you're in a relationship you're not sure is like, you're so good to be like, this is how I feel, and maybe in 5 years from now I'll say, oh, I don't feel that way anymore, you know. But you live so well in the present, and so my question for you is like, how can people get in touch with this intuition? Because everyone at some point, they know and they feel. And maybe they said, I felt this way 2 years ago, and now I'm in this relationship, and this feeling is still there. And like, and then maybe they finish the relationship and decide, I need to continue to work on being in touch with this intuition, because more often than not, doesn't matter if Beyonce come and say to you, oh, I really love this. If you don't like it, your intuition say, I don't care that she loves it. This is for me. How can people get in touch with this intuition that exist inside of all of us, you know?
I think knowing as best that as they can themselves, like knowing yourself is the most important part for get the good intuition for you. Like I speak a lot about this, and for me it's something that I can describe like easy, but I totally understand most of people that try to explain that this is not so easy for them to do it. And I can understand because everyone of us has a different life and came from a different kind of
Mm,
life. And I'm lucky, and I know I have an amazing life. Right now I have my problem like every one of us, but I think that there are people that has more problem than others, problem that are bigger, that are deeper, that are special. maybe not common. And then I don't think that for all of us it's so easy to have intuition, because maybe most of people that doesn't do nothing has the intuition, but they are scared, they are blocked, they don't have the confidence also in
Yeah.
things that they have around them.
Mm.
I think that the most important thing to try to learn this as well as this is possible is trying. Sometimes you have intuition, you have to try, and you have to accept the mistake, and you have to accept sometimes that you are bad, or you make shit or something like this. When you make choice, it's difficult that all the world could be happy. Sometimes happen, not every time. Then is this my choices are everything in not everything, it's everywhere. You choose, but I choose to do this podcast, you choose me, we choose the time. It's this, I have to study. Could be that that maybe no, it's this, you have to be honest also, I think, in when you choose, because you know that you take something and you don't take other thing. And it's this, you have to trust in your intuition, and give to them, give to your intuition space and trust also to let it go.
And I feel like it's hard for people, myself included, to always trust my intuition, because sometimes on paper everything looks so good. You know, it's like everything looks so good, and I wish I had a better example. But I think this is where people, myself included, get so caught in this feeling of like, my intuition says this, but how could I stop doing this? It's like, look how beautiful on paper it's this like beautiful piece of art. How could I just give this away? And I think that's that's what I think about, is like, in life, when you have choice, it's like you choose. It's maybe a corny saying, but like, you make decisions out of love or you make decisions out of fear. And I think a lot of times people, myself again included, is making decisions out of fear because it's easier. And sometimes it's so hard to make the honest decision with yourself, you know?
But
Uh,
sometimes it's also good, like, fight with your intuition, because okay,
mm,
tomorrow or today I woke up and I say, wow, I want to go in Indonesia and live there. Well, it's a good intuition, maybe. Why not? But then you say, okay, you have to fight with this intuition. And then you wait. And then now something that you can think more and more. You can take this intuition for another point of view. Is this? It's like in relationship, in work, in job, in families, like this. I saw her like, there is Beyonce. I go to the concert. I think that she was looking at me for 1 second. Say, wow, and you, I don't know. You say to your partner, your family, now I go to, I don't know where I live in Beyonce, in LA, maybe in Ohio, I don't know. I go there and want to, no, maybe this is intuition. It is like 3 seconds of funny and stupid intuition. Then you have to live with this intuition, understand, because if not, people is like, boom, boom, everything that we feel or we think we do it, and then the world could be a chaos. No, then it's this. Try to understand your intuition. Try to trust to this intuition and do it. Not everything. The things that you trust more. But there are also people that live a wonderful life being in that mood, and it's okay. I think if they are happy, I'm so happy for them. Like people that say, one time, no, maybe my parents, I think, that are maybe more like this, and I love my parents, and they're the person really so nice. But I think that maybe they had a lot of opportunity that they didn't take, and they are happy. Why, if you have an opportunity, you have to take? If you don't want to take it, if you are happy in another kind of, is this. Sometimes we have to respect also this. For me, it's difficult, but I try to do at my best.
I was fortunate enough to get to go to Asti and meet your nonna and your mom and parents and family. You said earlier that you were so lucky to have grown up with this type of family. Can you describe like your relationship with your family? Why you feel so lucky
Yeah.
to have a mom like this? Was she so supportive with you when she
See,
saw that you were different and
now I was so lucky because I grew up and I born in like in a small place, no? And then yeah, I'm came for the town, small town, but it's a town. But all my family grew up in like in the 20 meter of a street. Like they grew up all together. And
grandparents, cousins, everyone?
all together.
Yeah.
We live all together like neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then my mom met my dad, and it was so simple, so like something like I think it's a book, is like a telefilm of 80 something that you can see on television and say it's like no, not on the dream, it's wow, on the it's a fantasy, I think, something like this a little bit. Also I start to understand this. But I love this because like they born there, they grow up there, they live there. For me, it's amazing because I'm completely different about this now. Last summer, for the first time, I took my mom on the airplane, and
Her
it's
first time on the
something
airplane.
yeah,
No.
on for in her life. And it
Wow.
was so emotional for me because she's like close to the 60. And I say, wow. And I took, I don't know how many 100,000 flight in my life. And I'm 32, but I'm younger than her. And what's this? I say, is this like I'm discover the world in my life, and I want to give him back to them. Like one of my grandmother always told me, I saw the world with your eyes. Because I can speak maybe to them about uh, Alabama, or about
Alabama.
Vietnam,
Would you
or
speak to them
about
about Alabama?
like this is an example. But they don't know the difference between maybe Nepal or Chile, but not because they are ignorant, because it's another kind of life. It's another kind of it's other thing. They are 90. They live in the world. A lot of things. It's another kind, and I love them for the simple, for the simple life, for the simple thing, for the simple way of living. And it's something that I so jealous, and I try to keep with myself as strong that I can for this, because I arrive I arrive from a place that is so simple and is not real. Like I play like my first really important game when we won, like from 1 hour from my house, from my hometown, and my family thought it was amazing. For me, it was okay, but for my teammates, all the
Wait, how
people that
old were you?
I was like 24,
Okay.
no, and we compete for the second Coppa Italia in Modena, yeah, and we play in Milano. Asti, Milan is 1 hour, no, and I had my teammate. They told Matteo, your family is close to you. Yeah, but they prefer to watch on television. For me, it was okay because I can understand. But when I always spoke with my teammates about this, they laugh a lot because Matama is 1 hour. And I say, yeah, okay, but they think that is better. They watch better in television than maybe far in a gym. And after they say, yeah, Matteo, but how many like Coppa Italia have you won before? And I say, yeah, in effect, it's true. That is this, is that is something like also the Olympian. Yeah, for them was okay. But it was my best luck in the world living like this because like take all the things easily. Like for this way of my family helps me because I live in the present, watching to my future. Like I don't sit. In Italian, we tell a phrase that is sedersi sugli allori. I think that is sit on a kind of tree. No, you can sit there and you watch. Oh, no, I don't do this, and I think this is for thanks to my family. Then I'm not
Wait, really quick,
most of the
Matteo,
time. See,
explain that a little more, like, because from what I hear, it sounds like your family is such a great example of being happy with a simple life, you know?
see,
And now there's
absolutely.
so much, and you're like honestly the complete opposite. But I also think you're someone who really is a part of, like, for me, it makes so much sense when I hear you describe this story, where it's like, I think you're also someone who loves the little things in life, you know?
See,
What I
no,
know about
totally.
Matteo is if you put a dessert in front of Matteo, he's going to eat it, you know? Like for this, you know, like you love good quality, you love good quality time with people, food, like you're someone who we'll go for a walk in nature just to walk, you know? And you feel like this was a lot because of the way that you were raised.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
this. I don't need to do things. Like also I'm in Milan. Milan is the, I think, well, most European, most mm, powerful city in Italy, no? Yesterday I want to go to the cinema. My friends told me, no, Matteo, we cannot. I asked two other friends, two or three, not so many, and stop. I'm full of people here. I don't care. I can go home and I cook. Is this that for me is not important doing? No, it's important doing something that I love with people that I love. Stop.
Mm.
I if not, you can do a lot of things with a lot of people, and choosing how to spend at the best for you your time. I think that is a big goal in everyone's life.
Hmm. Man, I think that's so honest, you know, it's so honest for who you are. And I think it's such a valuable lesson for people listening. And I completely agree. I do want to talk back a little bit about your path in volleyball, just a little bit.
Mhm.
This conversation so far to me has been like so unexpected and beautiful. And I'm really curious from you, how do you go from living in a small town like Asti to playing volleyball? Like, how did you discover playing volleyball? Asti has a team. Like, how did you get into
See,
volleyball then?
I was watching a movie cartoon. I start with volleyball at 6 years old. I don't know how, but I
Six.
start. See for 3 years. Then I stop. I
But like
start to
what? You
play.
join a team in Asti or something?
See.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I start to play basketball, and then I come back to play volleyball because I was watching on TV a cartoon of volleyball, and then I come back to play volleyball. And Asti was a team, and I played there and stop. Volleyball likes me, but I like also playing, acting. I did a lot of things when I was a teenager.
You were acting?
Uh, yeah, I was acting in Italian language and in French language.
Like theater?
See, I made a lot of theater.
What was your best performance?
Oh, fuck. I think that the
You do
best
Hamlet.
performance is my no, is acting my life right now because I wasn't so good, I think, in theater. But theater gives me a lot. Like
Yeah.
I live like in a melodrama. No, my life is a melodrama. It's something so melodramatic. I do this in all my practice. For this, I laugh a lot. Like also
Hmm.
yesterday in the practice, I was. man, that was crazy without all of my people that I have around. I was so crazy, and I had the ball, no, in my hands, and the ball was not so mm, strong, was soft.
Yeah.
I was crazy. I hit this ball to my, I think, second coach, and I say, the ball is soft. Because like something crazy. And he touches it. No, Matteo is not soft. He's perfect. No, it's soft. Go like this. And that was like some teammates say, Matteo is you are an actor. I say, yeah, I know. But it's this. No, I was stupid. But I use I think what I learned in the theater in my life right now.
I think that's a great description of who you are today, and everything's coming together. I think this will be good for people to really get to know Matteo Piano. It's beautiful. I'm curious too, because like, when I look at the type of player you are, specifically in volleyball, I think you are a very unique example, because I think it's safe to say, like, you are not the most athletic guy in the gym,
No, no, it's true.
For sure the most dramatic and theatrical, this is for sure. But like, not the most athletic guy, but you have found such success. Is like in attacking, for example, is like, it's not that you're with turning the body and doing crazy, but you're so successful and in blocking and everything. And so to me, I think there are so many kids who maybe they're just, like we say, like, just tall dorky middles, and they don't think they'll ever play at a high level. And I look at someone like you, and it's like, man, if you really work, like, you can win medals, you can really achieve
See,
your full success. And so my question for you is, like, what was your journey like, being, like, I'm sure, such a different player than the kids around you?
I told one similar thing to my friend yesterday. That jokes about that I don't jump so much, but I say we live with the expectative
Expectation. Yeah.
expectation. Okay, expectation. We live with expectation. Then, if we think to volleyball, we think, well, every one of us do the same things. Now we have like Leon, that are the strongest, maybe, no, and it's okay. Wow, but how many Leon we have in the school? We have not so much. And then, when you are not like the best example of the volley, you can or cry on the floor, or try to take the best that you can take in yourself.
Mhm.
No, is this. And then we have to, what I do with children in volleyball is this, is that we can have, the focus is the fun. You have to have fun playing volleyball after all the things could arrive. But there is not like only the jump. There is not like being athletic, being powerful, being strong. I love that I continue to play volleyball because, yeah, okay, I'm good, but I do the best that I can do it with my potential. And it's like this. If I want to attack like you, like Lucas, like Lizinat, Soleil, and all the other middle blockers, and maybe jump higher, okay. I'm this is like running behind the others. I don't care. I'm not like this. I had to be the fastest, maybe, no,
I
to take
use
the
you as an
ball.
example all the time, that you have so much success because you've learned to be so quick on top of the
So
ball.
quick
And
is
there,
this.
yeah, yeah.
I think that everyone of us could has the special things for being good. You have not to be the best of the best. You have to try to be the best of the best, but you have to being always like maybe behind, but good. Yes, not only the best playing, no, there are best, good people. And I always want to be the best. This is something that helps me a lot. Like I have a lot of ambition.
This is obvious.
This is I'm so ambitious, but yeah, this I well, it was amazing. Where we played in 2015 the Olympic qualification, and I think USA win and we win. We won in Japan, and we take the pass for Rio 2016. No, and every match before the match, I was with Buti, that is my friend, is another middle blocker, Italian, and before the match, we saw all the middle blocker spikes. Boom, so strong, the ball go down. And I stopped to watch this. I say, it's good. If I can do this in the warm-up, I will do it. I cannot, I don't do it. But this is not the true volleyball. After we will see. And I always tell this to all the people that I play together. It's okay. It's wonderful. It's amazing. Wow. Yeah. Wow. But we have to say wow during the match.
Yeah.
And it's this.
Yeah.
If not, you lost the game with your expectation.
And what is your expectation? Like how, because I think, there's a lot of kids that like you said, their number one goal is to bounce the ball as hard as they can. Everyone loves this, but like you said, it's not the reality of volleyball. The game is played so differently. How do you manage your expectations even now? Like when you're younger, it's easier to dream and there's so much more progress to make. But now is like, if somebody take you as a player on their team, they know what they're getting from Matteo Piano, like talk to me about like, how do you manage your expectation as you get older?
I manage being what I am. Like I know what I am, I know what I can do, and I'm like this. I am this. That means if I don't do like 6 block every match, it's not, no. Doing this is something special. I'm good at block. I'm okay. Very good at block. Okay. It's okay.
Matteo, you're maybe one of the best blockers in the world. It's just the fact.
Okay. But this is, no, this is like something that I don't need to improve this every match.
Yeah.
It is something, it's not something that I had in myself for a long, long time. I'm working for this, but it's difficult because when you're like this, people know push, but you don't care. And this is the difficult thing
from you.
Thing is this. Yeah. What I told you before, that means like that I take of my family, that I continue going, no? Like I think to the future, I don't sit and watch how much I was good in the past. No, but I don't do like this, and this is difficult for me to feel when I say, okay, Matteo, you are good like this, because I continue. Like I feel myself in the start of the season always the same. And this year I thought to myself, Matteo, you are not on your second season. You are 21. No, you have to show now. You don't have to show nothing, nothing new. You are like this. Yeah, I have to continue, keep going, focus with energy, with enthusiasm, with the professional being. But you don't have to show like now something. No. And this is important. It's like breathe and knowing that you are like this, and you don't have to show something, because if not, could be difficult playing volleyball, no? And I think sometimes also accept that maybe you can be at your 100%. Like my last match, I played my last match after 10 days that I didn't practice because I have a pain on a muscle. And I was worried about this because people expect that I did a lot of time in my career, that I don't practice for a long, long time. I go in the match and I play good. Every time that happened this, and people told me, Matteo, but you can do this. I say, yeah, but it's not like this. It's easier and it's difficult. And then, okay, I did, was good. I'm happy. But for doing this thing last time, I said, okay, the volleyball has to be my last problem. And I cannot think like, oh my God, how I can block, how I can spike, no. You go with what you have. You have one practice and a half and do it. If you are playing, because you have to play, you can do this. You don't have to be the strongest middle blocker of ever.
Do you remember a time like your lowest low? Because to me is like, just from this conversation, like you're someone who doesn't lack self-confidence, no? Like you know who you are, you know what you bring, and you fight for what you bring, you know? And this is a quality I really love so much about you. But I'm curious, like, has that ever been broken? Have you ever had times where you really like were doubting in what you were capable of?
Oh yeah, one time in a year happened this. I want to quit volleyball. I want to stop. No, well, now less. But some years ago, yeah, no. I wasn't like this. I worked so bad to be like this. Like also our first year together 6 years ago when I was captain was difficult for me because I think to do a captain, I cannot think that I am a captain and I'm a captain like
Your personality.
yeah. I
Yeah.
had not to know.
Yeah.
And this was so difficult because I wasn't played so good and all this thing, and I feel uncomfortable in that moment. And then I remember one day that I came back to the restroom and I say, "Oh shit, I'm really make shit. I'm so sad. No, something no." And Nimir and Cheba told me, Matteo, no, don't tell this like no. And it made me so laugh that they was so nice with me because they say maybe it's not like this. It's not like what I'm thinking because people cannot see what I'm feeling. Maybe they have another perspective. Giusto? Yeah.
Giusto.
And it was like this. Also, right now, I feel no. In the beginning, I say, "Wow, I have to." No, it's this. What I learned in my last year is this: is that for me is important really the team that I can make 2 point, 3 point, but I'm trying to be happy with other people, and this is something that can happen also if all the team is like this. And I'm trying to give this to all my teammates in this year that I play in Milan because I think that is important. Play with the team.
And what does that look like?
It looks like that you have less expectation about yourself because you are part of the team. Like maybe tomorrow it will be not my day, not in the game. But if I feel in a team, if I feel happy because someone else score a point, I'm happy. And it's when I'm mad with someone is about this because every time I told to my teammates this is that I don't fucking care if we lost this game. I don't care. I care about that we stay together. We growing up together. If you make point, I'm happy. If I make point, you're happy. But together. If not, you think about yourself. He think about yourself. I'm think about yourself. And this is not like a team. And when you are not like the most strong team in your league, I think that you have to do this.
I
You have
agree.
to do this, to play together, to being together. Because okay, maybe now I'm making bad. I'm sad. I'm full of no ansia and all the things, but I continue to stay there with the other guys, and the other guys have me, only having me there with them, trying to be happy when we make point and all of this. But if we lost a game and I leave a sad match, what you can bring home that night? Nothing.
Hmm. Can I think what you're talking about is just so absolutely true, but I want to talk about the other reality that, in my opinion, I think it's really it's actually, I think, difficult to be a good teammate. Like, and what I mean by this is, you are someone who's been, this is how I see it, is like you are someone who's been with the national team. You're with the national team for a long time. Like, you are not going to have, Matteo Piano is not going to have a problem to find a contract for the next year. Okay, even if you don't play so good, Matteo, you're gonna play somewhere in the first league for sure. Okay, my thing is, like, I feel like I've struggled with this so much in my career because I feel like I have been this undersized. I'm only 198 centimeters, 6'5" Like, I'm someone who, you don't look at me, if you don't know me, you don't look at me and say, "Oh, middle blocker." Like, people look at Matteo and they say, 7 feet tall. We take him on my team. But listen, and my journey to becoming a good teammate and really trying to focus on this, because I completely agree. I really, really agree. It's so important to have the team first. I just think my reality is sometimes that's so hard. It's like every year I feel like I have to prove what I can do, because I'm not someone who is automatically starting on the national team, automatically will get a contract in Poland or Italy. Like, I'll never forget when I played in Milan with you that year. We Spertoli got hurt, and so we brought Angel. We brought Angel from Puerto Rico, and I love him so much, by the way. He's such a great guy. But with the way that the foreigner rules are in Italy, if he came in as a setter, I was the fourth foreigner, and I had to come out, and I couldn't play. So that year, I didn't play some of the year, and in the quarterfinals against Modena, I was 10 for 10 in attack, but they take out Spertoli and put in Angel, and I had to leave. And for this is like, I feel like, uh, I am fighting to, every time I go on the national team, every time I play overseas in a good league, I feel this extra sense of, I have to show again what I can do. But in my heart, I am like, man, I already show the person and player that I am. I know who I am. I know what I bring to the team, but I feel different than you. I feel like every time I play a game, I feel this way because right now in this season, I'm playing really good. But I'm starting to feel this guy coming up. The example I was using, I'm talking all over the place, is that when I left Milan, I had to go to France. And I've described this before, where, like, I use basketball, the NBA, as an example. The Italian league and the Polish league, this is the NBA from top to bottom. NBA. For me, the France is like the G League. So it's like, if you play good in France, you get to come to the NBA. And I went from the NBA back to the G League and feeling like, man, I deserve to be in the NBA. I know I am an NBA level player, and now I have to prove it. And that year specifically in Chaumont, I had an amazing year. I destroyed my body, but, like, had an amazing year. But I had a terrible mindset. My mindset was really, like, selfish and really hungry. Send me the ball. I'm going to do this. And I played really amazing. And the lesson, or the thing I'm trying to learn, is, in some way, I have to, for me to really give everything and play aggressive and really be in this present moment to show what I can do, I have to have a little bit of this selfish, there's a better way to describe it, I'm sure, but, like, this quality of, like, nobody, like, underdog, we say, you understand, like, that no one expect much from you. This is where I live, I thrive in this, is like, you think nothing of me, I'm going to show you. And I have to find, even now I'm starting to realize, as I get older, I have to find my balance. I have to, like a dog, I have to tame this dog. Okay, yes, feed him a little bit, but I have this other dog here too, which is, what is the truth about life? To be a good person, to be a good teammate, to understanding that caring about the rest of the team actually improves you and everybody, which is where you win games. And to your point, if you're not the best team in the league, is the only way to beat the best teams in the league is to be a good team first. And I say all of this because I think for myself, it's like a constant battle between feeling like I need to prove again every match who I am and what I'm capable of, and this other side of me that says, man, you know who you are, you know what you're capable of, and now that you're older, you need to share this quality with your teammates around you and push everyone else to come up and bring everyone else up with you. You know, I think it's just so interesting because you and I are very different, and not very different, but like we have different circumstances. You know, we come from different lives in this way in
Yeah.
our volleyball career. And
Yeah, but the question is, what do you wanna do? What do you wanna? Where do you wanna arrive?
I want to arrive back in Milan with you.
Okay.
Honestly,
Ci
but
sta.
no, ci sta anche io. Like this is really what I want, but I think more than that is like I feel like this is my ego, you know? It's for my ego. I feel like I don't get the credit I deserve. This is my ego speaking, you know? Like you deserve the same credit as those who are Olympic level players, but you've never been to an Olympics. But I know I'm an Olympic level player. This is how I feel, you know? And
Sure.
sometimes I have to do my best to quiet my ego and say, man, you're doing this for you. You're doing this because it's something you love. Now share this with people, because at the end of the day, it's all that matters. You know, it's not just your life and your experience. It's that you affect the people around you. And I also realized like it's not just about your physical environment, it's also about your mental environment. And if my mental environment, I'll never forget in Chaumont, my mental environment was I'm in jail. This is how I envision and Chaumont is like jail a little bit. He's cloudy and cold, and, you know, he's in a small village in France. And for me, is like my mental environment was you're in jail. You have to get out. You have to get out of jail. And so I worked really, really hard and played really well, but I wasn't the best teammate because I was thinking, this is for me. I don't deserve to be here. I don't deserve to be in jail. I deserve to be here. And I learned a lot from that year that if I can access this part of my brain that feels like I need to prove something, I play at a really high level. But also, I have to find the balance between can I access this, but also access this side at the same time to find the equilibrium. Because for me personally, it helps me to have a little bit of this attitude, like I'm the small kid and no one cares about you, and that I like to be a fighter in this way. And then on the other hand, I want to make sure that it's not affecting my mental environment, and that my mental environment isn't affecting my physical environment. That now all of a sudden I don't care to spend time with people that, you know, at the end of this 8-month season, I don't ever see and talk to you again, that I stop to care about the people
Sì,
and the
sì, sì,
life
sì.
around me. This is difficult sometimes, you know, has been in the past.
No, I totally understand you. Totally. I mean, what I think is because I'm captain here about 6 years, and I'm living in Milan since when we played together, no?
Yeah.
And this is one. The other thing is that I'm Italian and I'm playing in Italy. I'm doing a lot of things, and also people push me for my person, not only for my player.
What do you mean?
That mean that I can work with my teammates about something. I for sure I have not to be the player that go in the restroom, sit, watch around, and go to the practice. No, it's not my role.
Yeah.
Is this? I know this. I love to do what I'm doing, but people after 15 years know this, and then there has expectation also about my person, that I don't care because I'm like this. I do what I feel and what I believe. For you, I totally understand. And I think that, however, volleyball is your job, is your work. And then you have to do it or try to do it at the best. And then if all of this push you and take out of you the best, it's okay. It's good like this.
Yeah.
I think. And I don't think that we are in the same situation where you can focus at, you can put the focus in the same thing where I put the focus, because you are not in your homeland. Maybe you don't dream in this city, so much.
Yeah.
But you can, however, do it a part of this, like do it something that you can give it to that place. I think that give it something to the place is important. However,
I agree. And just to like finish that thought, I also feel like this is finally I'm someone who lives in extremes. If I like something, I like it. If I like you, I like you. I fall in love fast. I'm like this way. I love photography. I'm a photographer today, and all I want to do is take photos. Like this is a part of me, I think. And my point is like I learned so much from that year that that it's okay that both exist. It's okay that I feel this way because it allows me access to a greater version of me on the volleyball court, And I think finally I'm in a position where uh, giving back has helped me so much. It's helped me create the balance, like starting this to mentor kids one-on-one, and I'm creating this middle blocker academy and like this podcast for the volleyball community. Like it's finally given me this reminder of like, it's not just about you, it's about community. And it's okay to feel selfish in your mind sometimes, to play at your best. You're competitive. We're all competitive for sure. I want to win. You want to win. But reminding yourself that it's not the whole life, man. It's not everything, And finally, I feel like I've arrived at a really good stage and a good balance of, like you, I don't feel like I need to prove everything, but sometimes I do, and let's use it, let's use it. But I finally feel like I'm able to use it and also be a good teammate and also push those around me. And if we have someone on our team who is like, I'll say like a cancer, like who's not good, is like, I'm the one to speak with him, even though for me, I'm not the captain on our team. But
Sì, sì, sì.
I want to live in an honest world, and I want to create that environment for myself and those around me, But it took a long time to finally get to the point where I felt like I could do that. And speaking of kids, I wanna talk a little bit about um, what you're doing, what you've done in kids. I know you went to Africa. How long ago did you go to Africa?
2019, I've been to
2019.
Republic Democratic of Congo, and I hope to come back soon.
Yeah. And what did you do there?
I go there for seeing the project that I have with Luca Vettori that is called Brodo di Becchi, and we take from Congo the rucksack that are made in Congo with African wax, and we are working with this. We're working with people that live in a small village in a city in Congo, and they are made like some object for us, and we can buy from them. We give them money, and with this money they try to build like a better life, like they are try to knowing a job. They are try to come back to the school, because are people that maybe they don't finish the school when at the time. And we also had psychiatrical hospital there.
Man, please talk to me about like how did Brodo di Becchi get started? How did this idea even become a real thing?
Because we start to be like famous in Italy, like volleyball player, me and Luca, and we were from the national team. We play in Modena. That is one of the best club in Italy, but also in the world, like historical. And we asked to each other what we can do for the world, for using this. No? And we speak a lot, and we start to do podcasts in 2013. And it was amazing because nobody do podcasts in 2013. And it was something so nice at the time. And after we built this brand with the aunt and uncle of Luca, that they are missionary between Italy and Congo. And we said, okay, let's do something that we can help people. We have to be useful, no, for the world, utili, I don't know. Yeah. And we do this, we did this, we start to do this for this, to speak to the world about something important, like the good quality of life in other places in the world, the thing to reinvest in clothes that maybe end the time of being clothed, and then doing something else with clothes, like a second hand, something like this. And we start to speak about all this tema, with young people in Italy, with people, for like to put together two words that are so far like sport and sustainability and charity also. And was for this, for being good, for take all this success that we have in volleyball, we don't know maybe why in the beginning, and take all this attention and bring the people to other world.
So is Broda di Becchi, the project you have with Congo, is that like all non-profit?
No. Is see, most of project, yeah. No, we try like we invest 1,000. Okay, we sell everything. We take 2,000. Okay, we reinvest this. We have like an cultural association that is no profit, and now we opened some years ago a society that we take like money. I don't take money, but we have money there that we try to see. Maybe in like we have now we won like a prize, and we hope to try to do like a small documentary about all this project. That
beautiful.
See, it could be nice.
So cool, yeah. I'm just so curious, like, you know, I think about that all the time. Like, how can I do something just purely selfless that I don't need to do, but that would be better for the world? And sometimes, like, I'm the guy to get like so overwhelmed by all the ideas that I have, and it's like you decide with Veto, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this thing. Let's do something good for the world. How do you go from taking an idea to making it a reality? All the organization, you know, to have to contact someone in Congo, have to figure out like all of these things to make materials. How do you find the time to do this? Like, how do you manage all of this? What was it like? How did you go? How did you go from, you know, how did you go from I'm just going to play volleyball to now I'm going to start this nonprofit? What were the steps?
Step was something that pushed you, like it was a dream. Say, wow, how you can do something so beautiful. Let's try. And then was difficult because we try to do a lot of things. Like also when we make podcasts, we doesn't have like example. We try. There is someone that make podcasts, but in 10 years ago was another world. But the same was Bordo di Becchi. We try. Like I studied how to make the bow, a lot of work that you have to do if you wanna like I don't know now to explain better in English, but yeah, you study like how to save the logo, no, for example. That are all things that are small and stupid, but without this you cannot do it. Like how you can take the money, how you can send the money, how you can explain, how you can speak with Congo, and you study. And I study doing these things, a lot of new not new job, but I learn a lot trying to do something that I'm not. Like also going around Italy, finding like tissue, and trying to start to understand what kind of tissue is better than another, what kind, like also this is Bordo di Becchi. Like,
Also, just for those listening, tissue is basically just the material to make the shirt.
see the material tissue,
Yeah,
bravo.
yeah, I love
The
it.
material, like I have the idea of this, no?
Yeah, stand up a little bit so people can see the shirt.
I'm like in the journalist in the pandemic situation. I'm naked. I'm downstairs, but it's like this. No, we have the idea, me and Luca. I want the t-shirt with this African wax here, but I cannot do like no the tailoring. I have no idea. And then is try to learn why you can do this and you cannot do maybe another things. Is this, and we learn a lot of things.
Yeah.
And we spend a lot of time to doing something really that is beautiful, because it's not my job, but it's something beautiful and something that give it to me a lot, and give it to Luca also a lot, and in something that I think that people can trust and also can dream with us to a world that could be better also about this, because I think it's something about dreaming. This is our dream that is a dream also of other people. Like, I think that when people buy something and know that buying this, you are buying all the story, that means that you can have people in Congo, that you can have people that work in Italy and are maybe African people that arrives here and they try to start a life here. I think that it is nice when you buy something and you buy a story. No, behind all our things, there is a story. There is a lot of people. And it's nice to know when you buy something, what are you going to buy?
I mean, I think it's beautiful, and I think your clothes they're wild, man. They're so fun,
nice.
like so many colors. I still actually have the T-shirt.
Yeah, I know.
That you gave to me a long time ago. This is like so amazing. It's so cool to see someone like really so selfless and at the same time like really just continuing to live on your way, is the same. Like, I remember when we were playing together 2017 was also your I don't remember if you had finished the book. You had just finished the book maybe that year. You wrote a book with your sports psychologist, yeah?
Yeah, I have somewhere behind me. I have all the books of the world, but I don't find no
Also,
one.
when this goes on YouTube, we're gonna link in the description below how people can support Broda Di Becchi and your book, where they can find everything. Yeah, your podcast.
I have sometimes the book now because the photo is beautiful. For this,
the
I want to show you. But
yeah,
the photo is beautiful. No, but I don't have. But yeah, it was a long project. Long, because I started this when I studied psychology of sport. I did this exam after I met one psychologist.
You studied sports psychology?
Yeah, it was an exam of my sports study. I studied this exam and I say, wow, it's amazing. It's amazing what we have inside, behind our being player. And when I met this psychologist, that is Cecilia Morini.
Was a professor of yours?
No, we met at a presentation of a yoga book. And this woman that wrote this book invite me, like a player that use yoga, invite her, like a psychologist that use yoga, and we sit together and listening her speak and say, I have to talk with her, maybe to start a collaboration, not collaboration, cure. I don't know in English what you explain when you work with a psychologist.
Yeah, collaboration, exactly.
But now, if I pay you for helping me, it's a collaboration. No.
You paid her to write the book with you?
No, I paid her to work for myself. Therapy.
Ah, you did. Okay, okay. She was actually your sports psychologist, like your actual.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I started therapy,
Why?
because I start after. I say, oh wow, was a meet you, was a pleasure to meet you. Haha. The life continue and continue. After a lot of months, I start my second year in the national team, was 2014, and I didn't feel so happy. And I say, what the fuck? I can't say, what the fuck? How is it possible that I'm doing all of this, that I'm in the national team, that and I don't feel so. I want to be so happy doing this because this is beautiful.
Hmm.
And then I contact her, and then we start to work together. And I work with her so many years. I work on myself, and it was one of the best idea of my life.
Hmm.
Work with a
What
psychologist.
What did you find so much value in working with a psychologist? Like, where did you find the most value?
Ah, growing up with myself, like being. This is the question. So, what
my
is the
my
no?
my thought is, like, for those listening, because even for myself, in fact, I'm looking for a good psychologist right now, also in life, because I think it's so important to understand that you don't have to just sit and, like, for myself is like, I'm alone, I'm out here alone, away from my family, away from everyone. And so I'm thinking a lot, deeply thinking about a lot of things in my life, and I think it's so good to have an outlet to express those feelings. And I think especially in sports, especially because the demands of an athlete is so unique. And we spend so much time in our heads, good performance, bad performance, where it's
See,
so easy to ride the emotions of your career like a roller coaster. And so I think there's so much value in having a sports psychologist. And so
see.
my question for you is,
Okay.
what did you really take from your time with her? Enough to say, this was
Knowing
amazing, we write
myself
a book
better.
together.
See, no. Knowing
Yeah.
myself better. I wrote this book for this because I need, I need so bad to. Aspetta che mi è partito tutto. I need so bad to understand better what I'm feeling. Stop to judge me a lot. Stop to has more expectations. Stop to has not stop, but understand the fear that I has. Understand the thinking. Understand. I think that work with a psychologist is something so important in our life if we has the sensation
Hmm.
that we need, or that we can going up more and more and more. And I felt this. I said, I need to do what I'm doing, shining.
Hmm.
I want to do this. If not, I know that I'm there. I arrived in the national team. I arrived to play in a really good team. It's not enough. I want to shine doing this.
Hmm. You mean inside also? Like,
Inside,
yeah,
absolutely
definitely.
inside.
Yeah.
For me, I was to be, and if I'm like this, I'm sure that is thanks to my family, thanks to all my friends, thanks to that, but thanks to the work that I did with myself.
And again, like, this is what I'm trying to give, hopefully, like, a little, for people listening, like a little something. Or for sure there's so much value in working with a sports psychologist. My thought is, like, do you remember, like, a specific conversation or something specific where it just clicked for you, like, now I can shine, because so much of our problems are created in our own mind, you know like, so many of the things that we feel like
See,
are in our ways is just in our own mind. And I think it's so helpful to have someone help uh probe you with questions to help pull this out of you, for you to come to your own understanding. I think it's so beautiful. So, do you remember something specific, that maybe a conversation you had, or something where you had this moment of, like, ah,
yeah, now happened this year, some months ago, about this. That I say, okay, I have everything in myself. I don't have to show to is this. I have everything. Then, if I have everything, I can show whatever I want. But it's something that I have. Then I have not to find around me something. I have all here. I have to put out.
hmm,
No. And this is something that I understand because yeah, I don't live myself like other people live myself, and this is amazing. This also when I felt something that maybe I felt some times ago working with her, I can recognize immediately and say, wow, is this like I don't know, the fear to I don't have also in Italian. The fear that other people around me are delusion, sad, like because I cannot playing good, I'm not here or there, something like this. Paura di deludere gli altri. It's like the fear to that people are not so happy about you. Is this?
This is the fear that you had.
That I had, my first fear.
Yeah.
That I have in my past, because more light you have on you, more attention do you have,
Yeah.
and more question you push. And then when I arrive in the national team, that I play a lot, all the people I has expectation, and I has expectation, and there was this, and then was something that I work on, and was good to understand also myself. Like also, if now I feel something that I recognize is nice, only because I recognize.
And I know we're about 2 hours in. We're gonna wrap it up here in a second. But I'm curious.
I have
Also,
ancora 5-10 minutes. Ce l'ho, I have.
beautiful. I think it's one. This sports psychologist must have been like had such a huge impact on you, enough for you to say, we need to write a book. Like, why a book? Why didn't you say, let's make some videos, or like, let me put you on my podcast? Why
Because
you go?
I'm romantic, you know.
This is for sure. Yeah.
I think, well, I love make video. I love to speak. But at the end, I think that writing was mine. I think because write is for forever. No,
Yeah.
in Italian we say this always. I love, my dream is to work on the radio. I will work on the radio, I hope soon. But it's different to write something, because people has really to take the time to read. And yeah, I want to write my experience with her, because I think that I'm an athlete, and I think that if with this book I can be someone could be help for about this, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I did for this, because when I started to think about this book, also right now there is like a little bit people are scared about working with a psychologist less than 10 years ago, but and was for this, was for telling my experience, for telling what the fear that I have. Yes, the fear that I have is fear that everyone can have, like
Can relate to, for sure.
Yeah, we are 6 million people, but like the fear, the thing, the overthinking that we have, the ansia that we have is not pretty the same, but there is not like 6 million different fear. I think now, and this is this that we can have in common a lot of things. And if I speak about my problem, maybe someone else could be helped for this, or maybe someone else try to find the behavior to say, okay, I want to work with myself. And was say I have I can be comfortable to be naked in this case.
Yeah.
Speaking about my experience with a psychologist.
Yeah, you never came across to me as someone who's afraid to be naked, you know.
No, very, very true. I'm comfortable with. with
Yeah,
myself.
I think it's so cool, man. I just really I've been saying this for a while. I'm trying to do it now, like professional athletes, especially in our volleyball community, sharing their experience and sharing their story. And you are someone to me who has taken this idea of sharing and being who they are to just this like another level, you know, on another level. And this is why I am so grateful that our paths crossed in Milan, because you're a
So,
friend that I hope to have for the rest of my life. You are someone who, even in this conversation, like I'm almost gonna cry again, dude.
oh,
Classic guy.
Taylor.
No, I love you so much, man. And it's not, you don't come across friends who really inspire you to live, you know. And you are one of those friends for me. So
Thank you. Also you for me. We spend really something incredible. And you are in my book, you are on my 10 person that I say thank you. In my book, at the end of my book, it's in Italian. It's difficult for you to read, but you are
yeah, there's no
there.
English translation, huh?
I'm not so famous to be around the world with this book, but no, I always say thank you for that year, because I think and I believe that life sometimes, if you are awake, you can take all the opportunity that life gives you. And now we close the circle. I was in Milan when Milan was the last of the team.
Hmm.
And I say, wow, well, I went there. Then I find you, was Hayden, it was a lot of nice guys. And then me and you, we spent an year together so close, and it was amazing. And we were not in Milan, we were in Booster City, that is a city close to Milan. No?
Yeah.
It's something like, boy, it's the city that is 1 hour from New York, but it's not New York. And then nobody cares about the city that is not New York, that is close to New York. And then we lived there. Nobody know us. Nobody. And I have to say thank you for my best change in my life right now was in that year, because you helped me in the I think in the jump, no, to the next level of my life in that year, because I was in a city that I don't know, that nobody knows me, with you, with the power to live, the power to live without thinking bad things, without the answer of other people. We want to live free. We did a lot of time. We did a lot of things so easy, like standing in the grass, standing in the floor in the house, eating together, painting, walking, and that was life. And this was amazing. Being what we were at that time, and love each other for what we were.
Mm.
And this, for me, is the best meaning of my tattoo. That is Chista.
Ci
That
sta.
means take with all your potential what the life are giving you,
Mm.
and answer to what the lives are giving you when Chista. That means, yeah, I'm here. Let's do it.
Mm.
That means don't go like take a space with the things that are arriving to you if you love these things. And I think that we love each other, and we break the space between us, and we make a special year that is in myself, and is from that year that I am what I am now, is for sure thanks to you also, and thanks to that year. And my psychologist in that year told me, I think that I love so much. It was like the I don't know. I forget. But it was something like, Matteo, okay, you want to be a star. Now it's time to shine, something like this. No? Is a star, not star because are star. Star are stars because they are shining. And then shining means doing something for people, doing something for you in your days. And we did this together and was amazing. Because it's this that I love about this. We play volleyball and it's amazing. I love play volleyball. You love play volleyball. But this is our life. And one day in the future, we will think about our life right now. And what we did with play volleyball, okay, and is the life around the volleyball. And that year, we make a wonderful year for the life that make us good and better people, I think.
And for this, mi conosci mi polli.
Conosco i miei polli. Exactly. You know me. Yeah.
Ci sta. Buddy, this was amazing. I love you so much. Really, this for me was like such an incredible conversation. It was so nice. It's been a long time since you and I have spoken for this long. We haven't seen each other in a while. I hope to see you soon. I love you so much.
Thank you.
This last bit, if there's anything that how can people follow you, how can people see what you're doing, how can people be a part of what you're doing? I'm gonna link everything in the description below on this video, but tell people, where can they follow what you're doing?
People, allora, no, I'm called Teuzzo on Instagram. My brand is Bordo di Becchi. So you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, also if I don't tweet a lot. And with Bordo di Becchi also. There is a website and you can find all the things there. And, but I give to you the link.
Yeah. But why Teuzzo?
This is a sad story because when I choose Teuzzo when I was teenager, because Matteo Piano was already taken.
Yeah.
Allora, Twitter, I think, or Instagram, I don't remember right now, suggests me some option like Matteo ... Piano 123 or Matt.Pian01, all shit surname. And suggest something like Teo, and then I say, Teuzzo could be nice. But I was 16. I never think in my life
to change.
I have more followers than my cousin, my sister, my friends, the teacher of my sister, and my neighbor. And then this was crazy because now a lot of people call me Teuzzo. And Teuzzo in Italian is something funny. Because Teuzzo is something also not so big. I'm big than Teuzzo. And it's amazing, but also like my coach, when my coaches in my life call me Teuzzo, for me, I say, this is what I did. This is what I bring me back for the theater. It's this. It's molto, non so, it's theater that someone of my coach called me Teuzzo. I say, what the fuck?
We call you a true thespian. Thespian is the name. It's beautiful. You're a thespian of life, you know?
Say of life.
This is amazing. Buddy, I love you so much.
Thank you. I love you.
We'll talk soon. Thank you so much for being on here. And I don't know how many more times I can say I love you. This, like, really, this conversation for me was like really so special. So
no, me too. Sorry for my English that is not like a perfect American English or perfect British English, but I try to do my best.
No, and this is the story of Matteo Piano. Ci sta, baby. That's all we ask.
Ci sta. Love you. Ciao a
tutti.
Love you, baby.
Ciao.
Ciao.